Howdy folks, you're here at Reaper RC. Welcome back to the channel. I thought we'd do something a little bit different than the usual boys mucking around playing with crawlers. I'm going to do an unboxing, of the Yikong YK6101. Bit of a mouthful. It is a 10 scale 6x6 crawler based on, well, you'll recall the outright shape. It's a Defender, but it's a 6x6 Defender based on an actual car, which is the Flying Huntsman, which is made by the Chelsea Truck Company. I'm going to start waffling. So yeah, this is going to be a full unboxing. I've not seen this car. It's downstairs. It got delivered about an hour ago. So yeah, without further ado, let's rock and roll. Right folks, and that is the box that it comes in. If you've not seen a 6101 before, as I say, they're based on a Defender. And they're the colours that you can get, which is blue, grey, red and black. I have gone for the grey. So let's get this top off and have a nose. So, all right. And there you have it, in the grey. Cellophane to protect during transit. And that is going to be your radio. You don't seem to get a manual with these. You can get them online. In all honesty, half of the ones that I do find are in Chinese, but you can get the manual online. So, but let's have a look at this radio, because I believe there are a couple. I think they did a V1 and a V2 of this, and this looks to be the V1. That is a very popular radio. That is a Dumbo. That is the Dumbo 6 channel. Fantastic radios, very cheap receivers. As I say, 6 channel, which is quite a lot for a RTR radio. All endpoints, trims are all done via there. There's no bells, no whistles, no display. Just old school. We will work out what these channels do. But effectively, you've got, obviously, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, and then channel 5 and channel 6 on the top. So, but yeah, that's... You're seeing a lot of RTRs coming out with these, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Only a couple of years ago, we were buying these as aftermarkets, and... yeah, certainly beats the 2 and 3 channel radios you were getting from getting out of the boxes. So, but let's get this car out. Quite a nice colour. Let's get it out of the box. And there we have it, folks. Sorry, folks, I do need to make a bit of a correction on further review within the transmitter. There is your manual. There is also, that is a steering link. These things do have a dampening steering link to protect your servo. Alongside that, there are some additional tools. Looks to be a 1.5 to 2.5, and I would say that bit is for your... No, that's for your aerial. You also get some stickers, which from the look of it, half of them have been... Yeah, they've been used. A couple there that you can use. A couple of China stickers. They can sit in the box, because we ain't going to use them. So, right, let's move on to the actual car now that we've gone through all the grubbins. She's a bit of a looker. I quite like her. I quite like her a lot. You get a full Lexan interior, which is very good. Hard plastic accessories. We've seen these tyres as well. We jokingly, and I think our we call these Chiracs. They're very similar tread in the way of the Proline Hyraxes. They are glued on. I've done some research on this car when I was looking to purchase it. They are glued on onto a plastic wheel. So they will be going pretty much immediately. So don't expect to be seeing those wheels anytime soon. That's nice. I put my hand on that and that's cold. That's aluminium. Yeah, very nice. I don't like the Lexan top, so I am going to be covering that at some point. This also has a full light kit. Great to an extent, but it includes a module that also puts you can turn it off, but yeah, when you turn left and right, you also have the indicators, which you are not going to be doing if you are green laning in real life. So rubberized mud flaps. Yeah, exterior wise, very, very nice. Now, to get the body off, as you can see, this is a clipless body kit. How you take this off is there is, which I've just unscrewed, a little thumb wheel, little M3 thumb wheel. So you can buy those cheapest chips off AliExpress. You don't necessarily need to keep that, but yeah. So underneath here, you have your said thumb screw, and then you lift the body straight up, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with one. Yeah, we will. It lifts straight up, nice and easy to change your battery. Now, that motor is not a conventional can. That is a 750 brushed motor with a 5mm shaft. It's, I do believe, from what I have established from looking online, a Fusion 8 will go in it. Does need a little bit of fettling, but you will get a Fusion 8 in that. It's come undone, but that's a Yikong variant of it, but that is a Hobbywing 1060 ESC with, annoyingly, a Dean's T-plug connector. So again, that's not staying. Right, let's get this body completely off and we will go through the rest of the gubbins. Right, folks, and that is the body completely off. To remove the body entirely, there is another one of those thumb wheel screws that just goes just through there. So you take both off and then the whole lot just flops off. I'll tell you what, I will give Yikong credit where credit's due. The wiring on this is very, very tidy. That's quite short. Now again, I know they're obviously made by somebody else and then sort of retrofitted in, but your battery goes here. We ain't got straps. We have sort of collars. Now, these are great, and I think they're very, very, they look tidy. The problem is, being hard plastic, there's only so many batteries you can get in it. So, just for an aside, I'm just going to go grab. Right. This is a GXF 5200 3S, which is what I was hoping to put in it. I ain't got a cat and owl's chance. I ain't got a cat and owl's chance of getting that in. I've got a couple of Turnigy 3000s that would go in. But yeah, I do believe that you can get rid of this system. So if you just clip over and pull across. There we go. That's how you get into your battery. And just go there. Crocking. So yeah, the 2200 shorter 3S's ain't got a cat and owl's chance. I think that's something I'm going to have a play with. But let's moving on. I have discussed the motor being a 750 can. I am intending to leave this brushed. I am going to change the 1060. I don't think the 1060 has a particularly good drag brake, so I will be swapping that out for an ISDT. Some people love them, some people hate them. Other electrics. Here's your micro servos. Now I can't, unfortunately, without stripping this apart, show you the steering servo. The steering, tell a lie, it's servo on axle. All right. That doesn't look to be branded, but I do believe that these are JX servos. Now I quite like JX as a budget brand. Budget brand servo, so I've got no complaints. I do believe that it is limited to 6 volt, but overall on this car you have 4 servos. You have your steering servo at the front, and you have 3 micro servos which controls the 2-speed and the front and rear locking and unlocking diffs. So these look to be slightly bigger than a conventional micro servo, but they're bolted in quite nicely just here and here, and I'd imagine that these just come straight out. So overall, quality wise, very happy. I'm very happy with the plastics for what I paid for this. So with the body back on, let's have a bit more of an overview. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with the quality of it. The motor, I like standards. But there could be a reason that they've put a bigger motor in it. If I'm honest, I have known, especially with your larger temp scales, your 6x6 in particular, things like your TRX6 hauler does make a conventional 540, 550 can overheat a little bit. So to a degree, I guess I should be happy that that this does have a bigger motor. It's got bigger drag on the transmission. It's as simple as that. I love that that's aluminium. I really do. They've it's not. I thought this was going to be. It's a cheap car. It's going to come cheap. It's not. It really isn't. It don't sit on my stand very well, but that's to be expected. Let's try and get that back on. Oh, I love the fact it's got a full interior, and at some point that's going to get dropped, and I think I've got a Ric Flair figure that will go in there quite nicely. However, I say that, there doesn't look to be much of a footwell, so we might have to turn him into a bit of an amputee. But it's nice. The plastics are nice. I like the fact that the body mounts with 2 thumb screws. That makes things quite easy. Now I'm just recovering from bicep surgery, so I've used today my CJ7, and that is a pig. That is a pig to get the body shell off, and I've really struggled. This, I think, will be a bit of a dream. I'm just going to move that cup of tea before I knock it over. Now, I paid just under 500 Great British pounds for this off AliExpress. Had a wait of about 2.5 weeks, nothing major. So yeah, for the cost, bearing in mind that this is, what is this going to go up against? And I'm going to say it's the Traxxas TRX6. It does everything that the Traxxas TRX6 does in the way of ancillaries, namely your 2-speed, your locking and unlocking diffs. Now, the one servo that locks the rear diff does both the middle axle and the rear axle. That's pretty common. It did it exactly the same in the Cross NT6, so works absolutely fine. So yeah, I am super happy. I'm happy that it comes with a Dumbo. I will decide whether that is I'm going to leave it on the Dumbo, or whether I'm going to put it on the FlySky G11P, which is my current transmitter. I've got a few things for this already, as I say. I've got an ISDT on way. Wheels for this thing are already here. I am just waiting for tyres from A-Main. Just a tip for anybody in the UK, if you are in the market to buy Proline tyres, I only run Proline tyres, but I do not buy them in the UK. I visit our friends at A-Main Hobbies. They pretty much do the full range of Proline, but more in particular, I'll buy from America an awful lot more, but the postage cost normally puts me off. A-Main do reasonable postage to the UK, so I have got 6 Proline Aztecs en route. They should be here in the next couple of days, ready to go on these wheels that have already arrived. I think I paid £75 for all 6. Now in the UK, 75, you will get a pair, and you might have some change. But going across the pond, you save yourself a fair few quid. It's well worth it. Look, say if you are in the UK, look at going to A-Main Hobbies, especially in particular for Proline tyres. I also have some brass for all 6 wheels. Whether I need it or not, I decided, what the hell? Let's put brass on. They're a portal cover. That's a thing that I have mentioned. I've gone through the whole thing. This is portals. They are portals. So this isn't a straight axle vehicle. It's a portal axle 6x6 that you are getting for around 500 quid. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous value for money. That is, I can't fault it. Now, I'm not going to include it in this video now because it's pitch black. It's January and it's nearly 5 p.m. at the time of filming, UK time 5 p.m. So it's pitch black. So I'm not going to do a first run of it. Furthermore, I'm then going to have to sort out a connector because I do not use Deans. So yeah, that's going to be one for another day, but that will be very, very shortly. So overall, I am very, very happy with this car. I've got some aesthetics things I need to do, and I'm still waiting for the postman to deliver a few other little bits and bobs. But this car will be on the channel very, very soon. But first thoughts, if you are in the market for a 6v6 and you don't want a Traxxas, give this little bad boy a look. Because I think he's a bit of a stunner. And it ticks all bells. It ticks all boxes. It's got the bells and whistles of a TRX6. So, yeah. So, on that note, folks, don't judge me too much. This is my very first unboxing video. So, if you have liked my waffling and you've learned something today, please like and subscribe. If you don't, I'll know not to bother to do one of these again. But there we go. Right then, folks, like and subscribe, and we will see you soon. And you'll see this little bad boy very, very soon. Take care.